Hello, happy Sunday. I missed you guys. I am back. I am just going to get my iPad here set up so I can hopefully respond to any comments if they come in. Let's see, is it kind of working? Maybe. It says I'm live, but oh, I better turn my volume down. Hold on, there we go, I'm on mute. All right, so I think it's set up. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully you can see everything okay. And I don't have lights blocking the view. Look what I have. Woo! I can't share this with you. I can't open it, but I can share some products with it. So this catalog goes live June 3rd. So as of June 3rd, we're allowed to order anything we want out of this catalog, which I'm so excited about. I do have some goodies that I got on the pre-order. We're going to play with one of those suites. Hi, Anne-Marie. How are you? Hi, Heather. Hi, Sandy. How are you guys doing? Hope you're having a great long weekend. I know the weather was amazing yesterday. Absolutely amazing. We can't complain. We had snow at the beginning of the week, so it is clouded over and the rain's coming, but that's okay. That means I can craft and not feel guilty. Hi, Sandy. All right, so I can't open this. We're not allowed to show the inside of the catalog until June 3rd, until it goes live. But my catalog order should be arriving. We're supposed to arrive on Friday, but UPS is all over the map, so hopefully it'll arrive on Tuesday here. But I am going to share with you one of the suites, or part of the suites. I didn't buy the whole thing. Are you shocked that I didn't buy the whole thing? I will. I just didn't get it all in the first order. But we're gonna play with one of the suites today. So I'm going to show you that right now. And I am going to open my catalog off the camera so that I can remember the names of everything, because my brain does not work well with remembering names. So it's going to take me a while to get there. Okay, so we're going to make this card today, and this is using some of the products from the World of Good suite. Okay, so first of all, the DSP, which I didn't use any DSP in this card, but it is gorgeous. So it is a specialty DSP, which means, so DSP is designer series paper. So it's the fancy paper, not just the regular cardstock. And we call it DSP for short. And the World of Good is a specialty designer series paper in that it has some metallic in it. And this is actually a new copper. So it looks sort of like gold. And there's actually copper foil sheets that go with it. So these are the copper. Okay, and hopefully there's not too much of a glare from all my lights on here, but you can see the difference. So there is quite a difference between the copper and the gold. When I first saw it, I couldn't tell. I'm like, is that really copper or is that gold? But once you get them together, really obvious difference. And I love the copper. It's a little bit more subtle, not as kind of fancy as the gold. So anyway, so this is on some of the paper has the copper highlights in it. So here's one. This is absolutely, can you imagine this with any kind of masculine card? It's just gorgeous. And then some of the greens, kind of like a camo on the back. And then here's one with the worlds, which is just gorgeous. Love it. And some compasses, again in the green. And I believe that is Mossy Meadow. I will have to double check that for you guys. Yes, it is Mossy Meadow in there. This is the new blue. So this is let's see if I can remember. Misty Moonlight. Love the blue. Okay, so new blue, Misty Moonlight. On the back is some just faint writing. It looks like an old paper. Really cool looking. This is, I just love this suite. At first, when I first got it, I was a little bit like, oh, okay, now what do I do? But now that I've been playing with it, love it. All right, look at this. How cool is that? Okay. And then just some, this is another of the new colors too. This is Bumblebee. Okay, so the new in colors, which I showed in my last video, so if you want to go back and look through those, do. But this features, I think, 3 of them. Okay, again, the Misty Moonlight. Look at that. Cool. Okay. And then this one is the Cinnamon Cider. So that's a new in color as well. And this has, you can hardly see it, but it's all, what are they called? The stars that have the, oh my goodness, my brain just went, horoscopes. So it's got, you know, the Pegasus and all that in here. And then a picture of North America. So that's the DSP that goes in the suite. Okay, it's called a World of Good Suite. So it has DSP. It has a bundle. Look at this. Okay, Stampin' Up in this new catalog has done an amazing job for masculine stamp sets and dies. Okay, so we're going to use some of this today. We're actually in this card. The only die that we're using is actually this little squiggly thing. Okay, but we are using quite a few of the stamps. And then it comes with this gorgeous faux suede early espresso ribbon, and this is just, it's wonderful to tie and to work with. It's really smooth, really easy, just beautiful. And yes, masculine cards can have ribbons. Okay, and then this amazing embossing folder. This is like old paper, you know, like old crinkly paper, and you can age it with some sponging, and we're going to do that today. And that comes in the suite. There's some other things that come in the suite that I didn't get, which are some of the antique corners and Memories and More card pack as well, which I have coming. I just didn't do it in my first order. I did it in my second or third. Yes, I have a Stampin' Up problem, but that's okay. So we're going to make this card today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Let me just move things out of the way so that I don't have a disaster and spill water everywhere. Okay, so we're going to make this card. This card would be perfect for Father's Day, for a birthday, for whatever. I'll be posting later on today everything that you need to make this card in my blog, and I'll put a link to the bottom of this video. It'll also have all the measurements and stuff, so you don't have to frantically write them down. I'm just trying to find the bucket. There we go. All right. So in addition to the stamp set, which is called, the stamp set is called Beautiful World. In addition to the stamp set and the world map dies, I am using a sentiment on the inside from the Many Mates, and this is also a new stamp that will be coming out in the new annual catalog. So I'll just, because I'm going to make this into a birthday card, I'm going to use some of the sentiments from the Many Mates. But again, I'll put all of that in the description. All right. So to make this card, we are using Night of Navy card base. Okay, so this is just a normal regular piece of paper cut in half. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and we are going to bring in our scoring tool, and we are going to score this at 4 1/4. Okay, so I like to just score it, and I use the flap here just to line everything up, make sure I have my edges straight, and then I just crease it. You can use your bone folder for that, but of course mine's buried in a drawer, so we'll just pretend that I had it out. All right, so that's the first thing that we need. The second thing that we need is a piece of Whisper White, and this is your first layer, and this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than the whole thing. So it's 4 3/4 by, no, wait, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and then we have a piece of the new color cardstock. So this is the Misty Moonlight, and this is your 4 by 5 1/4. And I've run this through the embossing folder, the world paper. What is it called again? Oh my goodness, I just had it. Old World Paper, 3D embossing folder, okay? And then we need a regular piece. This is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside, which I will put over there so I don't mix up my inside and outside. And then I took the largest and the second largest rectangles from the Stitch So Sweetly. I'm so happy to see that these made it into the new catalog as well, because I love these. These are my go-to now. The embossed paper, the embossing folder is gorgeous. Like it just, wait till you see. We're gonna do some sponging on it, and it just adds. It's very subtle, but it just adds so much to it. So Anne-Marie likes the embossing folder. All right, and then we just need some Night of Navy and Whisper White scrap. So let's get started. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our embossed piece of paper. I'm gonna move everything out of the way so that I don't get ink everywhere. Okay, and you can see this side, the paper is kind of pushed in, and this side it's pushed out. So what I want the side that is pushed out, and I'm going to take my sponge dauber and my Night of Navy ink. Okay, and all we're going to do is just add some depth to it, and it's really simple. Just take your Night of Navy and just run it over, and the part of the embossed folder that is raised will catch that ink. You don't want to put a big dot like I did there. You want to be careful. Don't push too hard with your dauber. Okay, just lightly go across the top. I'm just doing it too fast because I don't want you guys to get bored watching this. And my internet was acting up, so I'm a little bit scared. So if you guys are having technical difficulties, please let me know. Not that there's much I can do about the internet. I think everybody is at home because the weather's turned yucky and it's busy. But my boys got out fishing yesterday, so I was very happy with that. That they actually could go out and get some fresh air and get some exercise. All right. See the difference it makes? It's just, yeah, don't look at my blob. Other than my blob, it just adds that little tiny bit of depth that wasn't there before. All right. So we're going to close our Night of Navy ink, and we're going to stick it off to the side. Okay. We could actually adhere these. So why don't I do that? I'm going to adhere this to the white layer. So I'm just using regular tumble glue. I like using this for the layers because it gives me a second just to move things around and make sure that I line them up properly, especially when you're on camera, because you can't get your head over top of it, so you never know if you're straight. All right, so that looks good. So I'll just push it down and we'll let that dry. All right, and I'll move that over. Then next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our stamping for the outside. So in the stamp set, we have a stamp set that has North America, and then we have another one that has Southeast Asia. I haven't put the Southeast Asia one on, but we're just going to use the North America one. And if you guys got this month's paper pumpkin, so we were not able to order the InColor inks yet as demonstrators. So as demonstrators, we get to order products in advance of everybody else, but because of COVID and some supply issues and stuff, Stampin' Up! Decided to not make the inks available to demonstrators to pre-order, but they will be available when the catalog goes live, hopefully, anyway. That's the plan. But in this month's Paper Pumpkin, we got a Stampin' Spot of Misty Moonlight. Oh, I'm so excited. So I'm using that. So this, so all you do is just ink up. Now with the Stampin' Spot, you gotta kind of pounce around quite a few times, make sure you got ink everywhere. Okay, and then I'm just gonna randomly stamp the globes. I'm gonna stamp off, okay, and then just keep on putting ink on and stamp it up. I love this color. So this is kind of like a true denim blue. But the InColors this year, oh, there's not one I don't like. I love all of them. And I actually bought all the ribbons and everything because I loved the colors. Normally I don't buy all the ribbons, but I did this time. All right, and then I'm gonna stick this one on here. So what are you guys doing for the long weekend? I guess I heard fireworks last night, so I'm just gonna give this a quick clean off on my chamois. Yeah, so there's no, the city hasn't organized fireworks, but people around here were letting them off last night. My dog was going crazy. Okay, and then I'm just going to fill in some of the holes just with this decorative swirl, which I love. I've used this on quite a few. All right, I think that looks good. What do you guys think? Is that enough? All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our sentiment and we're going to stamp that on our Whisper White. And I'm going to use Night of Navy on that. I do like my sentiments to stand out, so I often go for one shade darker with my sentiment than I do with other things on the card. Okay, and there we are. So what I did with this one, I didn't want it to be too, you know, I didn't want the sentiment to be on a square or on a circle or whatever. So if I can actually open my drawers, because I have so much stuff in them, all I did was take my scissors and I just kind of fussy cut around them. And I just made it a little bit more, I don't know, I think it just adds a little bit of interest, just something different. So bear with me while I cut this out. We're going to have to do this twice because I do stick it. I really need to clean my scissors. We are going to glue this onto some Night of Navy and do the same thing, and it gives it just a little. So if you guys notice, I'm not moving my scissors, I'm moving my paper. And that just gives you a lot more control over where you're cutting. Okay, so move your paper, not your scissors. I'm going to just cut this off just to make it easier. Get that out of the way. Let's see, I may go back in there after and cut it out. But so, who's been brave and planted anything in their gardens? I am scared to plant this year. Normally, this weekend, Victoria Day weekend, we're usually pretty good to plant, but without the risk of frost. But I don't know. We had snow at the beginning of the week, so Yeah, today's a good day to chill at home, Sandy. It was nice out, but it was very windy, and for people that suffer from weather-induced headaches, I think it's a little bit of a rough day for them. I know both my husband and I were feeling it. All right. I'm not going to go in here. You can if you want, but I'm not. So I'm just going to stick it like that. And then I am going to just glue this down, if I can find what I did with my glue. And we will do the same thing. So if you don't have dies, this is a really good way just to add a little bit of interest to your sentiment, so that it's not just, you know, a rectangle or a square or whatever. I'm putting it on the Night of Navy just so that we have a little bit of depth here and a little bit of division between the layers. Okay, so I'm gonna give that a trim, and then I'm gonna go back around. So Heather, you're working? Are you at work right now, Heather? Or are you off and back? I dropped off the trimmer up at Bellwood for you. So we have a trailer. It's not really a trailer. It's like a module home, I guess, up at Bellwood Lake. And normally by now we're up there all the time, but this year with COVID restrictions and that, we haven't really been up. We go up during the day and feed the birds and make sure everything's okay, and then we come home. So I went up with my husband this morning and made sure that the birds are happy. All right. So you just try and keep it even all the way around. And that's it. All right. We are ready to put this card together. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take, now I haven't shown this yet. So this ribbon is actually from a different suite. Okay, this is from the Flowers Forever suite. But I did want a white. So we're using the Flowers Forever together with the In Color ribbon. And this ribbon, oh, love it. Easy to tie, easy to work with, very flexible, perfect width. It's not too thick, not too thin. Love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring out my, what is this thing called? I always forget the name of it. You glue on it, and the glue doesn't stick. Sandy will help me. Oh, that's good that you're done for the day, Heather. I know you work long shifts, but you start early. All right, so we want it about this long. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blue. This is the Moonlight Blue. I'm going to use my Fast Fuse, and I'm just going to put some fast. This is retired. I have a stack of it because I love it. But we are coming out with a new Fast Fuse type product. Uh-oh, this is not going to be good. I got Fast Fuse on the wrong side of the ribbon. Okay, so I've just put adhesive on the side, and I am going to line this up in the middle and just glue it down. We're going to have to take that adhesive off because it's going to make a mess on my card. But the Fast Fuse, I can just pile it off. Okay. And that way we get a two-tone ribbon. And then we're just going, I'm just making sure before I cut it that I have it long enough. All right, so that's long enough. I'm just going to fold it around the back and adhere it. Okay. And I'm kind of doing it so that I'm cutting this in almost like a third. So I want this along the bottom, Okay, and I'm gonna flip it over, line it up where I want, flip it over, and then we're going to glue it down here. What glue will I use? You know what? I'm going to use the double-sided tape for this, just because it's faster. Silicone sheet, thank you. I always forget, and I don't know why, because I have one for baking. So, I use this silicone sheet all the time for gluing, so I don't get glue all over my projects and everywhere. All right, so there we go. Ribbon is attached. And it's just regular double-sided tape that I use that you can buy at Staples. Okay, now I'm going to stick this down. So I'll use my Tombow glue. Okay. Do you have any big plans for Monday, guys? It's going to, I think it's supposed to be quite the wet Monday here. All right, so line it up so that you have equal borders all the way around. All right, there we go. Perfect. So now we're going to take this layer, we're going to stick these together. Okay. And before I glue this down, I'm going to find the position that I want it in. But before I stick it down, I took one of the dies that does the little swirly thing, okay, and I used an adhesive sheet, which is available June 3rd, and because it's a lot easier to glue. And I'm just going to put these down just as accents along the back. So it's just a very kind of make your own embellishment. So you can just peel off the tape at the back and then it glues down. So you don't have to make a mess with glue. Because whenever you have really fine things like this, I find it really hard to not make a mess with glue everywhere. Or that's just me. I'm a messy gluer. I don't know. I left this on it so I could lift it up and kind of layer these underneath as well. So I'm just randomly sticking these around. I cut out about 5 of them. It is a gorgeous ribbon, Sandy. Like, it is just, oh, all of the ribbons that I have been able to get my hands on that are new, all of them, I love all of them. And I'm usually not a ribbon kind of girl. I don't know. All right. Couple more. I'm just kind of putting these in holes. And again, it's just, oh, I just lost my Facebook video. Oh, no. Hopefully you guys are still with me. And it's not, hopefully it wasn't my internet that went. All right. I think it was just my iPad going to sleep. So where do we want this one? That looks too symmetrical. I'm going to stick this here. I don't really want it to look too planned out. Well, it looks too planned. Oh well, it'll do. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. We're almost done, almost done. Now, I am going to have to change my days for videos. So I just wanted to make sure that I remembered to talk to you guys about that. So I'm thinking Wednesday. Thanks, Sandy. I'm glad it was just my iPad that stopped working. So I'm thinking Wednesdays I will do my videos starting this week instead of on Sundays. And the reason for that is we are often still out on our boat at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't want to miss stamping with you guys on, okay, where do I want this? On Sundays. So I think for the summer, I am going to make it on a Wednesday at 5. I'm going to see how 5 works. I do work, and I normally don't get off right at 5, but I'm going to try. So hopefully you guys can join me at 5 on I'm doing the wrong thing, on Wednesday, and we'll make another card, and we're going to make another card using this suite. I was going to do 2 today, but I think it might be a bit too long if I do 2. What do you guys think? Do you want to stick around for 2 or just 1 today? All right, so I'm going to stick happy birthday in here. I always line my sheet up with the grid so that I can kind of hopefully get it straight. Okay. So I'm making this a birthday, and today, I should have done this in Night of Navy. I made a boo-boo. But here we go. We're using Misty. Oh, see, it's crooked. Ah! There we go. There we go. I wonder if it's this that's crooked. Yes, that is crooked. That is why. So there's never a mistake in stamping. You just turn it over. All right, so let's see if I can get it straight this time. And if not, oh well. We'll just have to put our head to the side. All right. And then, of course, I should have fixed and used the right color ink. But here we are. There, that's a little bit better. Still a little slanty, but that's okay. It'll work. It'll work. All right, clean up our stamps. So, and then all I'm going to do is ink up. I really only have to ink up half of this. And I'm going to do just like a border down the side. So I'm taking this middle line here and I'm lining it up, trying to line it up with the edge of my paper, just so I get a straight. Probably won't work, but that's okay. Only I know the intent, right? Unless I tell you. And then I'm going to leave a bit of a spot in the middle, line it up again, and bring it down. Okay, and once more. And line up the middle line, bring it down. There we go. Okay, and then I think I might do the little swirly thing just to add some continuity from the front to the inside. So let's stamp this up. I love this color. Oh, I love it. Okay. So I haven't heard from you guys. Do you want to stick with me and do another card, or do you want to join me Wednesday for another one from this suite? You guys let me know. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure it's dry. We're gonna not put glue on my boo-boo so it doesn't seep through. Okay, and we're gonna glue this on the inside. There we go. So the last thing that we need is to add some bling. So these are the holiday rhinestones. I'm going to use the blue here. And these are carried over into the new annual catalog, which is so exciting. So right now, until, oh my goodness, it's coming soon, until June 2nd, there are some last chance items for sale on the Stampin' Up website. These are the things that are retiring, and there's some really good deals on there. And it is the last time that you're going to be able to buy them. So do make sure that you check that out. I'll put the link to my store so you can check out that. And yeah, I agree with you that, you know, because the next card we have quite a bit of sponging and stuff to do. So join me please on Wednesday, and we will make another card from this suite. We'll be using some of the DSP in it, and it'll be totally different. So that'll be Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So the last chance items are, make sure you check out the link. There's some really, really good deals on there. And it's all the stuff that's retiring, and you won't be able to get your hands on it after June 2nd. It is while supplies last, so make sure that you don't miss out. And I think that's all she wrote for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you do want to get the supplies to make this, you do need to sign up as a demonstrator. You cannot get these suites unless you are a demonstrator until June 3rd. It is a great time to sign up as a demonstrator, because not only do you get your hands on this stuff early, but you also get your hands on the holiday catalog early. And you don't need to demonstrate. You don't need to sell. You can just enjoy a 20% discount on all your purchases after the starter kit. So if you are interested in joining, there's no obligations. There's no Stampin' Up police. Nobody's going to come after you to make your minimums. Nobody's going to pressure you. It's really just enjoy 20% off your discount. And if you don't make the quarterly minimums, then you just go back to being a regular customer. That's it. There's no, you know, nobody's going to pressure you. Nobody's going to come after you. You can really just get your discount for a little while and then stop getting your discount. So if you're interested, make sure that you check out the Join My Team link on my blog, and I'll put a link to the blog there. Or you can just message me and I'll give you all the information you need to know. So hopefully you've enjoyed making this card, and I missed you last weekend, and don't forget that I will see you on Wednesday. Have a great week, have a great long weekend, and happy stamping, guys. Take care. Bye.